First, I freehanded a mask pattern on regular paper. I've made several masks, so I'm pretty good at eyeballing my own pattern, but if this step makes you nervous, I'm sure you can find free patterns online to print and scale to your own face. Then I cut out my pattern and folded it in half to make sure it was symmetrical, and I trimmed the places where it wasn't. I freehanded this, it's never going to be perfect on the first try. Finally, I grabbed a piece of Worbla and I traced my paper pattern onto that. I used scissors to cut the outer shape, but I find it impossible to get at the inner eye shapes well with scissors, so I used a utility knife to cut the eye holes on both sides so that the cut went cleanly through, and then I just carefully snapped them out. When you use a knife, the edges look kind of rough, but the next step cleans that up. Next, you'll need a heat gun. A blow dryer will not work, it doesn't get hot enough, and please be careful because heat guns get very hot. You'll also need a foam mannequin head, preferably male because the female ones are ridiculously small. You're going to heat up the entire mask until it's malleable, and don't leave your styrofoam head as close to heat as I did, and then pick up the mask and lay it over the eyes of your mannequin head. I recommend shaping the mask to the foam head first, and always take the Worbla off the styrofoam before you add more heat because a heat gun will melt styrofoam. And once it's mostly cool, hold it up to your face to check that you're happy with the fit. Admittedly, I'm teaching you the safe way to do it, but I didn't film any of this process because I typically heat up the Worbla, let it cool a few seconds, and then put it directly on my face before it cools completely, and repeat this process until it's perfectly fitted to my face. I cannot stress enough how much this video is not meant for unsupervised children. But this shows a bit more of how it doesn't really fit the female mannequin head. And then from there, you'll collect your reference photos and paint. I painted this at night in horrible lighting, so I couldn't really film that either, but here I am adding a layer of Mod Podge to make the final product shiny. I typically use spirit gum to attach the mask to my face, but you can also glue a piece of elastic to the sides so it can stay on that way.